This conference will now be recorded.
So welcome to session number 7 of our onboarding 2.0 learning journey. So in the last session, we have covered onboarding 2.0 processes and what are the different how you can configure different processes in the onboarding 2.0 that we have seen. Today's topic it is another important topic, email services in onboarding 2.0, because email notifications plays a major role in most of the customer requirement. Also, they come with a different requirement. Like suppose generally we recommend to standardize the email notifications. Still, some of the customer ask, no, we are actually working for they need custom specific notification, some specific notification they look for specific countries. Okay, so how we will be seeing how you can add a new template like from scratch, and also we will be seeing how you can configure, and by copying those standard templates you can reuse those standard templates. Okay, so both the scenarios today we will be seeing. It is relatively easy also. You will feel like similar to, it is more clean and neat and compared to the onboarding 1.0 notifications and all. It is very similar to the RCM notification template. You will be finding it easy how you can configure those trigger and how you can monitor those notifications and all, that we'll be seeing today. And at the same time, it is you will but the service categories and email service, the path will be little different. Okay, so that today we are going to cover. So in
Okay.
today's topic, we'll be seeing how to configure those email services, and also, as I was mentioning, how we can pre-configure. There are some standard templates available. It is recommended not to delete those templates. Directly, we can copy those templates and we can reuse in our scenario depending upon that. And how we can add different email templates. How we can write a business tools under which conditions a particular email will be triggered. Okay, that scenario will be also covering. And also we will towards the end we'll be check how to trigger, what are the different categories of triggers are available. Trigger rules are available. And similarly, suppose in case you like to unsubscribe the notifications, how what are the options are there. Okay, at the admin level and also at the user level. Okay, so how what are those notifications, how unsubscription options are there, that also will be seeing today. So a little bit of concept at the initial point, like as I was mentioning, we have dedicated email services. We call it email services in onboarding 2.0. That is clearly available. It is more simplified, okay, compared to our. It is more simplified and consistent as compared to onboarding 1.0, which we will realize once we go through the demo system today. And also we have a local specific rules. Also we can local specific rules you can manage, you can change, you can write a business rules, so depending upon filter those local specific rules. Also we can send configure reminder frequency. So all those details we'll be seeing today. Okay, so having said that, so this all concept. Okay, so this is how a typical email services looks like. Okay, so anyway we'll be seeing in the system, we'll be having a 5 different categories. And when you go to the admin center, then you go to email services, you will be seeing those 5 different categories or tabs, like active templates, email status, configure triggers, email categories, and email settings. These are the 5 different tabs which you will be seeing. Now I'll be explaining one by one what are the meaning of this. So we will go one by one. The first one is regarding your active templates. So active templates means actually in your company, what are the templates you have made active, okay, which are available for using it, that you can find it out here. Okay, so that also there is a something called manage template in the right hand side if you observe. Okay, that you can monitor, you can manage those templates which one you like to active. Suppose there's a scenario like you are not going to implement offboarding 2.0, maybe after 1 month or 2 months you are going to implement. So at this point of time, we will only activate only onboarding 2.0 related templates, not the onboarding 2. Offboarding 2.0. We are not going to activate. So accordingly, you can plan it accordingly. So that is the purpose of this active templates. Then second one, actually, I will come to this latter point of time as well. So this, suppose your email trigger, everything is active, and you people are getting notifications in their specific in their email inbox. Okay, so how to track all those email notifications? So we have a something called audit functionality in the onboarding 1.0, if you have observed. So similarly, we do have a something called email status functionality. We do not call it an audit, but actually it is similar to audit only. So if you like to some send reminder, or you like to send you like to view, okay, so to whom, by which, at what time that particular email have been sent, okay, so you can monitor those email statuses, and you can monitor those all those things by going to this email status, okay. So you can see, you can search by subject name, you can trigger condition, who are the recipients. So you can see Ricardo Morericha, see he notified Marcos Soja, he has been the recipient, okay. And the action section, you can see there are different, so you will be seeing in the system, so that you will be more to be more clarity, okay. So this is regarding your email status, okay. Similarly, we can configure the trigger as well. We can configure the trigger, like at what point of time it can be configured, okay. So we have a pre-configured conditions as well. First of all, we have to say make it enable. Then if the reminder is enabled or not, that you can set it a yes or no, okay. So these are different categories. We can apply the trigger, how it will apply to the while sending the email. That also we'll be seeing in the demo. Okay. And email categories, these are actually already fixed. Like we have different email categories like offboarding, onboarding. Again, in onboarding, we have a body welcome email. In offboarding, we do have farewell message, KT task trigger, offboarding cancel trigger. We have different types of email categories and all. So we'll be seeing all this detail. Okay. So this is the fourth point. Fifth point is little technical, but it is also easy one. Email settings. So how the email custom layout. Suppose if you would like to make the look and feel of the email layout, if you're using standard, then it's well and good. And if you like to change something, simply HTML coding is there. You like to if you are an expert in HTML, or if it's just a simple one, HTML is not very difficult. So you can just manipulate and you can change those setting, logo, and everything, whatever you like to change. So that you can also customize the email setting here, and you accordingly will visualize that in the email. It will be applicable in your whenever the email notification will be triggered. The persons who are recipient of those email notification, they will be able to visualize the change. Okay. So these are the 5 different categories of the email services, and it's applicable for your onboarding 2.0. Okay. So now, having said that, I will be coming to another part. So these are the different around approximately 27 part notification templates already available, predefined, okay, so which you will be able to see in your email categories. Okay, so related to onboarding and offboarding. Okay, so this is how those templates will be looking like. Anyway, we'll be seeing the system. So whenever you're adding a new template, okay, so it will be coming some category. You can write a category and you can mention the template title. Okay, under which category it will come. Okay, so that those types of things you can define it here. So once you activate, otherwise if you can also copy, copying something, okay, so this is how a typical copy screen will be looking like. So it will like say which template you are copying. So in this case, I have copied the body assignment. So generally we do not disable the source template. We generally copy the standard one and we customize if it is really required and all. Okay, so in this way we can copy and all. So having said that, now I'll be taking you to some which I will quickly take you to the what are the typical lab assignments we will be performing, and same thing I will be showcase in the system itself. Okay. So first thing first, that is your first assignment in this email services. That is adding how to add a new email template. Okay. So whenever you will be going to the email services in the manage email template, you will be getting 2 options. One is you're reusing a template. Second one is you're creating a new template. Okay. So for these two things, I have created 2 different assignments which you can try it. Okay. So first one is creating a new template. So whenever you are clicking this create new template, you will be getting an options like this. There are 3 categories like title and description, define rules, and the email content. Okay. So in the title and description, this is very simple. Like we'll be adding your title, template title, and the categories and all. Simply we'll be adding whatever is required, and that we'll be seeing anyway the system. This is the first assignment which you can try. Second is your reusing. Reusing very simple. Whatever is already existing, simply you have to copy. There is a concept of reuse template. Whenever you're clicking this plus button in the manage email templates or email services, simply click that reuse template. Then you can customize as per your requirement. Okay. So this is your second assignment, which will be today. I will demonstrating you. And third one is an important one, like in which scenario you'll be going to attach the business rules. Okay, so there is a trick here. So how to do attach those business rules? We have if you go to the configure business rules in your admin, okay, so you will be finding there is something called email services. Okay, and under email services we have two different categories, like filter email template. Second one is a select email message local. So mostly we use the first one. Suppose if you are working for any France, Germany, any other countries where exactly you need notification in their corresponding language, then the second one you will require it. But if you are using English globally, then that is of no use. Second one, the first one we generally use it, filter email template. I'm not on which condition actually we are going to use it. So when I go to the particular rules, the filter email template, by default, automatically those categories of email category you will be seeing. Okay, so those are predefined, like onboarding related and offboarding related categories. Okay, so all those category you can visualize here, and accordingly you can write those specific rules. Okay, depending upon your customer requirement. Okay, so this is your third scenario or third assignment, you can say, how you can attach your business rules, and you can we will be seeing in the system as well. The fourth one is the unsubscribing an email. Okay, so what is unsubscription? There is a company setting. Okay, so at the admin center where exactly we change the logo and all. So the same configuration is there, company system and the logo setting. Okay, if you go there inside the company system and logo settings, and if you scroll a bit, there is a set option called this option, so which I have highlighted in the yellow mark. Okay, so yellow checkbox or yellow square. So it says this option allows the company wide settings on whether users will be receiving email notifications. If checked, so this line is very important. If checked, all users will receive email on all workflows and related process if you're checking it. If not checked, user has an option to turn those notification on or off. Okay, it depending upon your scenario. If your client is asking, no, I do not want employees to give these options, then you can accordingly you can plan it out. Okay, so this is an option to the organization as well as the employee how they want it. Okay, what this is actually the company level. Okay, suppose if you're giving, suppose if it is not checked, that means all of your user, okay, so all of your onboarding user or any other users, actually they will be having an option to turn off the notification, so that at their personal, whenever they are logging into success factor, they will be having an option to some means part of the notification they will be getting and all. Also from the notification itself, like any other notification which, okay, from there also you'll be getting an option to unsubscribe. Okay, so it's very similar to that. It's not very difficult. Okay, so this is again an options for the employee, and how you can monitor as an administrator, and that which user has unsubscribed which email notification. So that also we have a facility, like here in the same category, the email services in the admin center, if you go, and there is an, if you go to the email status where exactly you can monitor all those things, there is an option called on subscribed recipient. Okay, suppose even if the email is triggering, okay, suppose in case Marcus Soja or Ricardo has unsubscribed, that options could have come here, like these persons have even if the mail has been sent, those people will not be receiving because they have unsubscribed those email. Okay, so those are the concept, a little bit all these concept are related to email services. Any doubts do you have, Varadwaj, regarding this concept? Any clarifications or any
Oh,
questions?
no, I'm good. Once
Okay.
I configure anything in the system, then only we will get. While hearing, it is good.
Hmm. Hmm. Okay, let me go to the system, then I will show you.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're able to see my SuccessFactors screen, right?
Yes.
Okay. So we'll go to email services. It's very simple. So as soon as you go to the email services, there are 5 categories you can see. The active template. Active template means, so in my system everything has been activated. So you can see there are different templates, and also from the bracket, in the initial prefix bracket, you can see this categories, this template belongs to offboarding or onboarding, that you can visualize. Okay, if I click scroll a bit down, and if I click more, I can see more templates here. Okay, so actually these are sorted alphabetically. So for that reason, offboarding related templates are coming fast, and towards the end you can see the onboarding related all these templates. Okay, so in this template, okay, each are in every template there are different columns here. The first templates, first, actually these are actually the template title, which is means which type, which template is meant for what they have explained. You can, all are clickable and you can go to that particular template. And similarly, in the second column, you'll be finding the trigger condition. What is the trigger condition? So that is already configured, and you can find it out here, the trigger condition. And the category. Category means actually it belongs to your which category, farewell message or a KT task, knowledge transfer task, or managing related asset or related to your onboarding. All these things you can see. The last column, which you can see the frequency, means actually it will be sent in the once, or if you want once in a while, or it is a frequently, most frequently it will be sent. Okay, so these are different category, these are different frequencies which you can see all this. Okay, mostly the equipment related templates you will be finding daily, and document signature task creation template daily. Can you guess why it is mentioned as a daily, or why we have mentioned otherwise the other template as a once in a while?
Because until the task is completed, it will trigger.
Yes,
Just a
so
reminder
that
kind of mail.
that is in one scenario, but again from an admin perspective also. So like suppose the furnished document I am going for, suppose, or document signature, I have to see whether it has been it may happen many people are joining at a different date. Okay, or if it is not daily, actually you will be finding a difficult thing, like it may happen, you may miss something. Okay, so like the status every day you have to go to the system and again you have to check it. Okay, so for that reason, some of certain notifications, certain templates actually pre-configured, and they are mentioned as a daily, like document signature, your onboarding process template. Okay, so those things are actually you'll be finding once or daily, depending upon your scenarios. Okay, these are all pre-defined. Okay, so how you can now we'll be seeing there is a section called manage template. So before I go there, I will show you how a typical template looks like. Suppose I'll be putting a simple template which we most frequently use, that is your say onboarding meeting template. Okay, meeting updated template. Suppose if I go to the particular template, this is how a typical standard templates looks like. Okay, so you'll be having a different sections like title and description, which is already predefined, and the email content, it is up to you, because it may happen different organization will be using their own context or text of your email content, that you can write it here. And it is very similar, you can put in insert a link, you can attach a picture. Okay, so all the word functionalities are available, Microsoft Word, whatever the most of the functionalities are available, font size, your text size, everything is available. And also there is an email option here. Okay, so here you can see how a typical looks like, how a typical email will be looking like, the header and footer part. Okay, and that also you can edit here. There is an edit option in the global footer. Okay, which you can edit, everything will be reflected everywhere. Okay, so this is the global setting. So if you're changing something here, it will be applicable for all the emails. So for the details, it is called a global footer, not a local footer. It is a global footer. Okay, so similarly you can define the rules here. Okay, so like here actually it is standard template which I have opted here. So for that reason, so it is not editable. So you can see in the defined rules we have two sections, a meeting of the trigger and the setting of a reminder. So we have not set up a reminder here. So for that reason, it is showing a no. Okay, So generally we do not, even if there is a customized options, so it is if you are customizing something directly here, it will be giving a warning. Do not customize the pre-configured email templates, as a system upgrade can override the templates. So what is the meaning of it? Suppose you are in the next release, in the next success, if you are doing anything changes to the standard template, what will happen? So we will be losing all the changes in the next upgrade whenever system upgrade happens. Okay, so for that reason, it is recommended not to change anything directly in the standard templates. Okay, so we have to, as best practice, we have to follow that. Okay, so what I will do, I'll simply close it. So we have understood how a typical templates look like. Now there is an option here in the right hand side of the active template, which is known as managing a template. So simply I will click the menu. Once I click the manage template, there are, you will be seeing those, all these options is already pre-filled and already all ticked here options will be getting here. So what you can do, there is a plus button here which I have shown you in the during the assignment section. There are two options: create a new template, reusing a template. Okay, so once I click create a new template, okay, what I can do, so you can't put in any random category. So there are predefined categories fixed. Okay, so you can't put anything in of your own of this random category. So these categories are actually fixed, and simply what you can do, you can choose your category, because in onboarding and offboarding we have prefixed categories. Okay, suppose let's say I will put a, I would like to create a category, create a welcome message related notification. Suppose let's say my text for remote onboarding is different. As I was mentioning, the remote onboarding, it's very prevalent these days due to this COVID-19. Suppose I would like to, because the instruction for remote onboarding will be different for my different people. Okay, so let's say I will be putting some template called remote onboarding India, and I will be writing some text here, welcome message or something like that. I'm not writing here, so you'll be, this will be provided by my customer. So part of the specific email notification, so in this category you will be just writing that text here, and simply after doing that you have to click step 2. So step 2 is a very important one, where exactly first of all you have a trigger. So we have our own trigger, like new welcome message, added the trigger. Okay, so as we have chosen the category of this category is related to email notification of welcome email, so it will by default directly will be getting this. Okay, and whether you require so automatically it will notify. Okay, so it notify the onboarding or the new content added to the home page, automatically it will check. And or once you choose this rule, particular rule, and filter business rules. Suppose you have already written a business rules, so you can apply here. So at present I do not have any such business rules, so it is showing a blank. And language selection in the business rules, so again it is up to wherever, if you're working for any other countries like from your France, Germany, and they are using their, they need a notification in their own language. So in those cases, you can filter all these things options, but these are actually not mandatory. Okay. And the priority you can set it like high, medium, high, low. So at present we have only two priority, high and low. You can put a high priority, and you can set is the next option is your third one, where exactly you will be writing the email content. Okay, so if when you go to the email content, so you will be getting all these third options like to the recipient builder. So what is the recipient builder? So who will be getting those email content? Okay, so generally by default you'll be getting RBP based, so generally we use it, onboarding activity role based recipient builder. And also there are many user ID specific builder. Okay, or anything, suppose if it is a explicit recipient builder, suppose only particular users only will be receiving. Suppose I'm choosing an explicit recipient, I have to simply write the email name and I have to simply write that particular email ID. Okay, so this is an explicit recipient builder, but in general we use this RBB based, okay, onboarding role based recipient builder. Okay, otherwise mostly that we use it. Otherwise there are many options here. Okay, suppose if you are working in a demo system, okay, in this case you can use a demo role based recipient. Okay, up to you, but ideally we use this role based or the process task role based recipient builder. Okay, having said that, So here, once you choose the particular recipient builder, in the role sections, you will be getting all those options. Suppose I have chosen onboarding process task role based recipient builder. Okay, so for this process, we have predefined who will be getting notified. That you may decide like onboarding, the new hire will be getting. Also, let's say the hiring manager also will be getting the notification. It may happen the manager also it may get a notification. The reporting manager, you can say, depending upon your scenario. And all the onboarding activities assigning. Suppose you have three different people who are taking care of your onboarding process. It can be onboarding specialist, some person is taking care of onboarding assets. Okay, so depending upon whoever is getting the notification, that you can set it here in this role section. And the CC recipient, like you can also similar thing, like you'll be having options. Like suppose you like to CC only some specific people. Okay, so for all of this, I would like particular persons. Let's say I will choose option, say Anya Singh will be getting all those notifications. I'll putting some email specific email ID, some person's email ID. Let's say ONB, some random thing I'm putting here, gmail.com. So then only that particular for all the scenario. Okay, or similarly you can also have a BCC option. So to whoever you're choosing, that particular person will be getting those things. And email subject and the body text, you will be getting an option of insert token, very similar to your RCM. Okay, so you'll be getting an options here like what are the template, there are predefined tokens available. Okay, so all those tokens options you'll be getting here. Like these are the different options, like first name, last name, mostly we use it in our any template. Okay, so we can say like I will just cancel it. I will just put in welcome message here, like welcome to your company name, and you can put your the first name, last name. So this is the way you can use your so suppose I'm using the first name, welcome to first name. I can put exclamatory mark, welcome to company name and the first name. So whatever, suppose my company name is best travel India, the first name. And similarly in the body text also you can write the whatever text you are requiring it. Okay, so once you add it, then you can add your insert. It also supports a token system. Okay, whatever the text tokens are available, that you can use it. And after doing this, simply you can save it. Okay, so this is the best way how you can do it from a scratch, from how to create a notification from the scratch. So best travel and so on, whatever it is, depending upon your requirement, you can just customize it as your design. Okay, simply you can save it. Okay, so this is how you can create a new template of your own. Okay, so this is the process. Similarly, you can reuse also. Suppose if you like to reuse a template, then system will ask like pre-configure template, which one you would like to reuse it. Suppose similar thing, I will give a payroll message. Okay, I will simply, there is an option, you can also preview it, how it will be looking like this. Okay, so you can preview that template, and also you can add to an active list. So this is how a scheduled message body will be looking like. So then you do not have to do it once again. So you simply, you have to write. So do not have to add the number 3 and number 1 option, that's not much editable. So only the text you can change it. So in the text category you have to change it. Okay, then you can configure it. So this is the option of a pre-configured email template. Okay, so this is the second one which I was talking about. After doing this, so all what are the other options available, I will just take you through. So let me go back to the email services once again. Okay, so now we have seen how to custom create a template from scratch, and also we have seen how to copy it from it is already pre-existing. Then there is something called configure trigger. Email status will be coming later on. So configure trigger means actually you can see for each and everything the trigger is already enabled. Okay, so you can also see all are pre-defined. Okay, and for each and email category you can see an option called actions. So what are those meaning of those actions? So if you simply click there, okay, so you can see it is already, that means it's already enabled, and it is actually these are all standard templates, so it is not editable. Okay, so if it has been a custom one, you can just whether you would like to enable or you would like to reminder, you would like to enable. Okay, So all these things, actually this is the meaning of a trigger. Okay, so just to custom whatever you have already configured, if you like to modify anything, the standard custom one, okay, that you can do it here. Okay, so that you can filter it out here. Suppose let's say I can see, suppose I scroll a bit, nudge assignment, new body assignment. So there are many options are available here. We'll be getting here. So let's say, so these are the different similarly resignation approval. Many people have created many things here. Okay, so there are some standard, some custom. Okay, so if as it is a still custom one, okay, okay, so I think this is standard one only. Okay, if anything custom is there, that you can modify here in the configure trigger, but that is not very much important. I have not used it. Mostly we call standard one, we can just copy it and we can directly use it. And the fourth option is the email category. So email category means, so under which category a particular email notification will go. This is just from a system understanding point of view. Okay, so that you can visualize here. Okay, so under which category the recipient will be coming up. Okay, if you like to modify anything, that you can modify here. Okay, as and when required. But ideally, I have not seen much changes here. Once you during your implementation, once you set up, actually it will be remain for there. Then last option is email setting. So this was which I was talking about, where you require a basic HTML understanding. If you like to change anything in the email orientation or email logo or height and weight of the your cell spacing and all. So those things you can check it here in the email setting. So these are four different options. And the email status, which I was talking about, where you can see all the list of emails in the standard system, like anything is coming in your whether that email has been sent or not. Okay, that you can monitor. It is very similar to audit functionality in your onboarding 1.0, and you can see all of this email have been sent. And if you like to see anything, then you can view email. Suppose if you click the action button, if you like to see the email, then you can see those email reminder and all those details, you can see it here. Okay, similarly, if you like to resend, there is a resend option. The email will be resent to that particular employee. And similarly, display details. Suppose if you like to see the details about the thing, that you can see it here in detail. For who has the status of those email, what is the activity ID, the technical details of it also. You can see system generated activity ID. Okay, all those details you can visualize here. Okay, so this is the options here we do have for email status. Okay, so now I will, having said that, so almost we have covered almost scenario. Only one thing is left, that is your subscription options, okay, which you can visualize. So I'm just doing a recap whatever we have covered. So this one we'll be seeing. This one, now I'll be coming to the business rule part, where exactly you can customize or you can attach a business rules. Okay, so that will be in your configure business rule. So if I go to the configure business rules, so under business rules, suppose I would like to create a new business rule. I have to simply click this plus button, create a new business rules. Okay. So here you can see the most important part is the email services. So you do not have to go to the onboarding to pointer. For configuring anything, any settings related to email services, you'll be, suppose you would like to filter depending on which template will be triggered at what conditions. Okay, that is simply you can choose that filter email template. Let's say I'll be writing on business rules for onboarding India remote. Rule ID will automatically choose in that one. Okay, so in the email category, I can choose like in which scenario that particular template will be Suppose I'm talking about, say, new welcome message category. Simply, I will click continue. So once I have chosen this particular scenario, I can choose an expression here like under which context. Okay, suppose let's say activity type I'm choosing. First of all, let me choose the process ID. Let's say onboarding. Yeah, it depending upon a business scenario, whatever you can use it depending upon the scenario. Suppose let's say I'm using this one. Suppose if I have already predefined, like if that particular business process which we have seen in the last session, like how we can configure. Suppose if for a particular you defined for India remote onboarding, you have chosen a particular process. Okay, so then simply you have to create, like if you are using a particular in remote India onboarding, so in that scenario that particular email will be triggered. Okay, so suppose let's say process ID, or I'm choosing here. And let's say I have, once I have done it, okay, so in those cases, suppose I can have multiple scenario as well, like different conditions. Okay, so this is simple one which I have done it here. So in this case, suppose I have created an email template for my welcome message for your India onboarding. Okay, then you can choose, also you have an option to add variable. Okay, in case if you are adding any, choosing any custom thing. Okay, depending upon your scenario, that you can choose it here. Okay, so let's say you are using only say simple onboarding, remote onboarding scenario, and you have chosen a process name. Okay, and if you like to add some more expressions and all, then you can also add those. Okay, depending upon your scenario. Okay, so the conditions depending upon the business scenario, you can add whatever condition which is applicable for your organization. Okay, so that you can simply write it, but here you have to come here only this configure business rules. Okay, by coming to this option, you can create your rule, configure business rule, and you can attach that particular whichever template, okay, is applicable for you. That template you can use it here. So this is the options which you can use for attaching this business. Your the same steps also I have explained here. What are the steps you'll be following? So this is regarding your how you can, only this specific to your onboarding related, all those onboarding and offboarding related scenario will be coming here. Okay, so this is the most frequently you can use if depending upon a business scenario, okay, which we have seen. Now the second last assignment will be like your on subscription option. So that also we'll be seeing how, where exactly you can do it. That is your counter company system and logo setting. Okay, that will be, let's say, company system and logo setting. That is my, so under your company system and logo setting, suppose if I scroll a bit, so this is the options which I was talking about. So at present I have not checked it. Okay, that means if it is not checked, what is the meaning of it? That is, so this is the option. This is an options allows whether user will be receiving email notifications or not. If not checked, okay, so if you're not checking, then each and user, so all the SuccessFactors user will be having an option to unsubscribe or subscribe. Okay, switch on or switch off, those options. Okay, so if you're checking it, then there is no options. Okay, so these are options which you can use it for subscribing or unsubscribing all those functionality. Once you have done that, as an administrator, you can also monitor this, like at this unsubscribed recipient. Okay, this column which I've talked about in the email services sections. Okay, so there's that options, you'll be getting all those people who have options for unsubscribing those recipients. Okay, so this is all regarding your related to your onboarding email services, onboarding 2.0 email services. So I will recommend to go through the presentation, and I'll be sharing this presentation, and practice it. Okay, so this is the different notification options we do have. This is very simple compared to your onboarding 1.0 at least. Okay, so this is more simplified and more consistent, as I was mentioning. Hmm. So this is all regarding for today's sessions. Any questions do you have before we wind up?
No,
Okay. So
no.
now I will
Once
be
we
coming
will
to
start
your,
working on,
yeah, I will coming to your
yes,
option.
yep.